This sucked, your ideas suck, you're a bad person. You targeted children mainly and you used AI art, and you can't find malnourished children and make them fight in boxing tournaments.
How hard is it to collect them? They're like 1 pound. So how you doing? You doing good right now?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I could be doing better because if you could see my slide right now, my views have been absolutely tanking. Not that they were really that high to begin with. You'll see my latest video, worked my little took us off on it. It's got 96 views.
Ooh, YouTube algorithm gods. Put in some effort, suffer even more.
With that in mind, I've decided to kind of alter my style of content to kind of reflect someone, or at least in the future, reflect someone who I think has kind of mastered the YouTube algorithm. And of course, I'm talking about the man himself, Jimmy Donaldson, this beautiful hunk of man. This was such a weird thirst trap to post, by the way.
I think it's like a athlete's guy, like bodybuilder guys. They always like roll up their shorts like that. I don't know. At that point, Jimmy, just put on a little Speedo and give us a little twirl, buddy. Come on. I don't like... If he was covering it, I wouldn't mind, like his hand just covering it. It looks like he's grabbing it, dude.
We gotta get out of this slide because now I'm getting uncomfortable. But for several years, Mr. Beast has been just absolutely killing it. It's no surprise. And I want a little piece of that pie, which brings us to Neema's YouTube takeover, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna be pitching you a bunch of like high effort, like large scale video ideas that I think would mimic kind of Mr. Beast's style, but also get Mr. Beast numbers. I wanna get your input because you've been doing this for a lot longer than me. You seem to know what you're doing. I wanna get your reaction to it. I wanna get your input, and then maybe that can help me start this whole new era of my channel. How's that sound?
Sounds lovely. Let's do it.
Cool. So you may have seen videos like this from Mr. Beast, like where he gathers a big group of people and they have their hand on an expensive object. The last to keep their hand on it gets whatever the crazy extravagant object is. And as you can see, the views are absolutely insane. So I want to mimic something like this, but I want to try and ramp up the tension a little bit and maybe create like a real sense of urgency.
Right, of course. Let's see it.
Read this off for me. Let me know what you think.
First one to help him gets doxxed, and it's a small child. And you've clearly kicked his lollipop into the dirt.
Well, not me per se. I'd probably hire some sort of PA to push him over, maybe get the waterworks started. But thoughts? Are you shocked by this? I feel like this is a good way to. First of all, the thumbnail. I put a lot of effort in these thumbnails. What do you think?
Honestly, this is a pretty solid video idea. That kid really is really upset, man. Where did you find the image of this child? Did you source this yourself?
I'm a bit of a photographer. I go out in the world and I just take photos.
Yeah, man. First one to help him gets doxxed. That'd be fantastic. The bigger your platform is, the more punishing that statement could be.
This is a relatively cheap video to make, so maybe it's not the most Mr. Beast style video.
Right.
So there's these other videos that he makes that you probably know of, where he compares a really cheap version of something to the most expensive, extravagant version of said object. Obviously, that yacht video, which is pretty recent, is like insane. It's blowing up like crazy. So again, I want to mimic this kind of style, but again, more with that shock value stuff to kind of set myself apart. So here's what we got.
$1 versus $100,000 injury. Okay, so you're gonna injure people in scales, or you're gonna hire a PA to potentially injure them, and then I guess you review it?
Yeah, I'd say get a PA. We'll pick one lucky fan, give him a paper cut, no big deal, buy a cheap $1 box of Band-Aids, slap that on. Good as new, but for the $100,000 injury, we gotta go a little bit more extreme, something that's like a little more invasive, some sort of life-altering spinal surgery. Would do the trick. Yeah, you can see a 3D visualization of what our grateful fan can expect to undergo in the process, preparing him for said surgery.
Okay. Neema, are you seeing a therapist, a doctor of sorts for your mind? Is that a thing that you've considered?
I've been so busy making these thumbnails, I haven't had time to. No, not really. No.
We'll keep going, and maybe before you execute any of these ideas, we research, maybe source a good doc for you.
We can talk about it a little bit, but like I've got so much going on. You're a busy guy, so we'll just keep moving. We'll keep chugging along.
All right.
This next one's actually pretty cool, pretty creative.
Can they beat the peanut allergy relay race? Okay. So you're gonna make a bunch of people who are allergic to peanuts eat a peanut and then do like a wipeout course, and then at the end is like an EpiPen?
Yes, so 2 teams of people with peanut allergies race through various nut-based courses, peanut cannons, peanut brittle blasters, the Skippy slide, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So you've seen Wipeout before?
Yeah, of course, classic.
You would agree that like the biggest issue is that when they fall, it's like, falling in water.
Funny,
and then
who cares?
Deal. They're not breaking out into hives or swelling up or turning red.
Frankly, I think if you can get the waivers right for this actually might be the only good idea you've had so far. You might kill people.
Right. If you get people down on their luck, give them the right amount of money, it doesn't even matter. They'll do whatever. They're puttying my hands.
You know, you're sounding a lot more like Mr. Beast than I think you realize.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Oh, man.
This is going so swimmingly. I have a big smile on my face. I haven't smiled in a week.
Don't smile. It's off-putting. Keep going. Thank you.
This next one might be a little mean-spirited, but let me know if this is like going too far.
1,000 deaf people here, For the last time. Okay. Well, it's pretty innovative, I think. I think that's
Thank you.
So are you gonna like, it says deaf people, so you're gonna make them hear, and then you're gonna take it away from them.
I was hoping we can hunt down the people that Mr. Beast helped here.
Oh.
And kind of do like a charity take back. I feel like Mr. Beast is always giving people things, so I could be like the Mr. Beast of taking things away.
I love that you decided to keep the small white child in this thumbnail. From Mr.
Right.
Beast video, obviously, and he's probably target number one, right? Like you're looking for this kid specifically.
We're gonna make sure that smile turns to a frown as fast as we can.
Okay, yeah, let's move on to the next thing, dude. Let's get past
Yeah,
this.
it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in, a lot of good ideas, so it's hard
And
to
again,
give like
let's.
one.
Well, we could circle back to you maybe needing some therapy. Could be good.
Let's move on. Mr. Beast is obviously a very charitable guy. Everyone knows that. Videos like these do very well. But here's the thing. I know what you're thinking. How many times can you watch someone like give money to the less fortunate before it starts to get a little bit stale? As you can see, like the views on this one are great, but compared to his other stuff,
Doesn't really hit the mark.
slipping Jimmy over here. So let me know about this.
I donated $300,000 to the most fortunate. Okay,
Why do all the poors get all the good treatment and all the charity? You know what I'm saying?
the pores.
Who's looking out for the big guy?
I like that you call poor people the pores. There's something well, there's something haunting about that statement.
What else would you call them?
The less fortunate, maybe. You know,
I like mine better.
maybe we don't. Maybe we don't do this one.
You know what? It's fine because we could save this money for another video idea. This next one is a great example of philanthropy, and I think you'll definitely appreciate it.
I legally build a school to spread misinformation to kids. Now, I've been trying to be the voice of reason here just a little bit. I think this is a great idea.
Yeah?
I would love to get like a community of people that live under me for a generation and that they're so misinformed about the world that they live in. Like, they don't know the internet exists, and they think that animals can talk. Like, I convince them through impressive puppetry and animatronics and whatnot, and then I release them into the normal world. And just, like, as a social experiment, we watch them for a while. That is, in fact, Florida's current education policies. We just got rid of textbooks here in Florida.
Who needs them?
Yeah, you don't need them at all.
Burn them, I say. We'll teach them the letter B is a vowel, that kind of thing.
Like when they count on their fingers, you got to be like 0, 1, 2, and then they'll only get to 9 with 10 fingers every time.
Okay, so I'm glad you're definitely on board on this one.
I really don't like kids, yeah.
Now, cards on the table, I was in a pretty dark place when I made this next one, so just hear me out.
I overworked my editor to see who's truly loyal. Okay, there's pills on the table, and I think that's the most. There's a Red Bull also, but there's some pills.
Good to mix them. I mean, if you're busy.
Quite an implication. I think the thumbnail designs have been incredible. This right here, this pose, this. It's pretty villainous, man.
This one's less about entertainment and more about establishing my dominance to my team. Provided I get a big team at this point, maybe put some hidden cameras around the place and just kind of try and treat them poorly, break them, have them quit. Last one who's still around, working 70 hours a week, maybe gets a new fucking house or whatever the fuck.
All right, dog. You know what? Not to throw any accusations at Jimmy Donaldson here, but based on the people that work for him, I think he basically does this without a video every other week, pretty much anyways.
He usually goes up to his editors, and I hear if they're not doing well, he goes like this.
It got a lot scarier now that he's been working out. We saw from the earlier picture of swole Mr. Beast.
And that's how he walks around, too, in the office.
Yeah, back in the day, they'd be like, all right, Jimmy, chill out. Go eat your Feastables. And now they're like, oh my God, dude, he's been eating some Mr. Beast burger. He's been putting on some pounds, dude.
I don't know if you've seen this video, but it's him filling his brother's house with slime. And then in return, he buys him a new one, which super visual, super exciting to watch. And I figure, like, in lieu of that, we have...
I filled my brother's home with ketchup and surprised him with a new car. Now, there's a little... If you destroy his house
filled with ketchup
and get him a car, he still won't have a house. Did you think about that?
I don't understand.
The rewards don't compare because you're gonna take away the where he lives, and then you get him a car.
Free car, yeah, free car.
No house though, right?
How much is redecorating the bottom floor of a house that's been filled with that gooey red ketchup?
Based on this image that it is flooding the home, I would simply say tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars maybe in damages.
And how much is 2007 Toyota Camry?
That is about $9,000.
Yeah, I'll do the math after, but I'm pretty sure that like this is still like a very generous. We're gonna move on. This is you're bothering me a little bit.
Okay.
If,
Okay,
like,
cool,
you're
cool,
poking holes in my ideas, and
I'm here to be like your focus group, and I think you should be focusing more on your ideas, frankly.
okay, I think your mic cut out for a second, so we're just gonna move on. You can just I'm actually gonna get a little bit choked up over this next one. It's kind of personal to me, so excuse me if I get a little emotional.
Okay. Speed eating 400 loaded hot dogs during a 9/11 moment of silence. World record 400 dogs, never forget.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this one's really important to me. It's a way to show respect to our country and pay tribute to a national tragedy, but also just absolutely fucking crushing the world record for hot dogs eaten in one sitting.
Is the world record 400?
Pretty sure it's probably like 70 or so. I think it was like 70.
Okay.
But,
well, I love.
It's a better. Mr. Beast likes like big high numbers with lots of zeros. That's what he tends to say. So I just thought, maybe,
No, I mean, hey, this is impressive. This is impressive stuff. I love disrespecting 9/11. I think that's a really important part of American culture.
You've always said that, yeah.
Well, they oppressed us after 9/11 happened. We'll oppress them in the years to come. I think here's the thing. One thumbnail note. I think you're playing it really safe by putting us in front of the Pentagon. Put us in front of the Twin Towers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be. Will I be like on top of them with the plane in the background flying towards me, or do you think it'd be like?
Well, I think just having that imagery in the background, so they know it's really about like the real 9/11, because this feels like it's
not like the fake 9/11.
Yeah, well, it's all kind of fake 9/11. You know what I mean? We funded the Mujahideen, then they became the Taliban, then they bombed us. Did we really cause that? Probably entirely yes.
I'm getting a lot of clips here.
This is the one idea that obviously I see what you're going for as far as being kind of a monster, but I actually think it's an incredible idea, and that if you can get those hot dogs down your gullet, I'll be there with you holding the camera, man. Let's do this.
Hey, all right. It kind of doubles like an ASMR kind of thing with all the slopping and chewing, you know?
I'm off this idea now, actually. I think I'd rather not. I don't think you should do this.
Was it the slopping or the chewing? Which one specifically?
Yeah, both.
Here we go.
I eat the world's largest cookie, parenthesis,
right?
Chocolate chip, close parenthesis.
That's so cute.
When you made this thumbnail, did you get a regular picture of a cookie and then expand it?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well, I was checking.
You think I looked up gigantic cookie PNG?
Yeah, I do feel like that's something that you would do.
I tried to do that, but it didn't work out. I actually couldn't find one. I figured, like, I'm already spending two nights straight
working on thumbnails. Yeah.
Just tell me if you're in or not, because I feel like it's pretty adorable.
I'm locked and loaded. This isn't the world's largest cookie at all, though. That's just a fucking cookie cake. That's just a fucking cookie cake, man.
What if I make it like an oatmeal cookie, where it's like something that hasn't been done before? That size is still pretty big, right?
Who the fuck wants to eat an oatmeal cookie?
Let's just move on.
God, I waste my fucking Saturday for this. Ugh.
All right, man. You're a busy guy. You're a busy. Just read the next one.
I made 30 malnourished. Okay. So
what?
You can't do that.
You like it or not? Yes or no, dude?
You can't do that. You can't make this video.
Can't do what?
You can fucking push a kid down. You can't find malnourished children and make them fight in boxing.
How hard is it to collect them? They're like 1 pound.
It's not about the weight. It's not about.
That's actually. You're right. It's not about the weight. It's never about the weight. It's about the contents of your character.
I gotta say, I got a note for you as far as thumbnails are concerned. You ever notice that your hand is so obviously not attached to your body in all these images?
Oh, you have graphic design notes.
I do a little bit.
I've studied Mr. Beast's thumbnails. Let's see if I can find one here. See, look at that one on the left. It's not connected. It looks.
I mean,
like,
but like from an angle,
hand.
look at me. Do you see this? You see this?
That'd be a bad thumbnail.
Yeah, but is that not Jimmy? Like it exists in the physical realm, doesn't it? You want your hand? Go back to the image. Go back to the goddamn image.
This isn't what I wanted.
What the fuck is this? Your arm is up and behind your shoulder. Not even at an angle.
I'm gonna put you in the thumbnail and your hand's gonna look like that. It's gonna be awkward as shit.
I fucking hate that. Don't do that to me. I don't want that.
Okay, so you don't like the idea or the thumbnail. Can I pitch maybe a WWE style ladder match where there's a ladder to the center of the stage if you're not aware of WWE, and there's a belt on top of the ladder, but instead it's like a piece of fucking chicken or something like that. Something to get them riled up.
Oh, you're still on the malnourished children thing, yeah?
Well, I mean, that was we can move on if you want.
There's foam coming out of that kid's mouth.
He's hungry. You don't get it. Well, you're not my demographic, so...
Yeah, sorry.
How about let's just go to the last one. How about that?
We'll move on. Let's see the last one, please. Thank you.
Promise me you have a better attitude with this last one, because I did work really hard on all these thumbnails, despite where my hand placement is. Even though the background is AI, I will admit it is AI.
That was going to be the ending notes of fuck you and your AI artwork. I've noticed this in all your images and how fucked up they are.
It's the future.
Oh, dude. Let's see your next fucking slide, dude.
Just read it.
I bought all the baby food in North America to create scarcity, and then obviously AI generated crying baby. You'll notice because he has
Damn it.
His fingers do this thing. You see the fingers on the palm? It's like...
Yeah, it's a creative choice.
Actually is disgusting and horrifying.
Now that I'm revisiting this one, it seems a little bit like a flop, kind of mean-spirited.
You shouldn't make this video. And maybe you should revisit our earlier talking point and get yourself institutionalized for a little while. Do a deep dive on your noggin.
You must be wondering how we'll fund these amazing ideas.
I've seen your channel. You look broke, so... I don't know how you can
look broke, or like my views reflect that of a broke man.
Yeah.
With your help, you've heard my ideas, my great ideas, my great thumbnails, my nice hand arm placements. How much would you like to invest in the future of my channel?
Oh my God. Well, I think the best way to invest is for you to pay me for being in this fucking video in the first place. Because this sucked. Your ideas suck. You're a bad person. Mr. Beast is already kind of a bad dude. I don't know how you managed to make an actual supervillain version of. You targeted children mainly, and you used AI art.
It's the future.
And now you got an Uncle Sam call to action. Do you see me? I'm a brown man. Don't let the Captain America shield in the background fool you. I think Chris Evans is a daddy. That's why it's there. It's not because I like America.
I don't have a lot of money. I can't really pay you. Like, you see my channel. I don't get any. My AdSense, by the way, has been turned off because I was inactive for a little while. So I don't.
Is that real? That happens?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, man, I'll give you like $1.50 just because I feel bad for you. You make me feel like shit, so I'll give you $1.50.
Yes. Okay. Want to plug your channel to the 4 people that watch this fucking video?
Yeah, man. You guys can find me at youtube.com/Hassan.Khadair. That's HASSAN.Khadair. Or you can look up Bad Days Hassan. And if you see this Mickey Mouse puppet, you've gone too far, wrong side of the internet. That's also me, but we don't talk about that. That sucks. Check out my Bad Days commentary. I just did a pumpkin spice tour. Next year, I'm going on a real long pilgrimage video. If you like Eddie Burback style videos, expect one of those. I'm not going to say what the idea is here, but it's going to emotionally, physically exhaust me, and I may end my own life. Who knows? But subscribe till then.
And I'll do the thumbnail.
I'd rather this be the last time we talk, frankly.
I'll send you a Venmo request for the $1 or whatever you're
For sure. Yeah. Venmo request me for the $1 and then lose my number. And yeah.
Cool.
Your bad days are your best stories. Bye.